Alright, finally back to the ComputerCraft challenge after a rather extended delay. Putting together episode 3 right now. Just finished editing it. Or well, I didn't really edit it much, I just plastered the 3 chunks together. And ready to get back to work. First thing is, right after ending that last video, I realized I blocked the stairs here, my new little shortcut entrance, but I left this one open. And I hear zombies. I don't know where they are, but I'm going to block the other part of this too. So, I've updated 1.4, and it seems like it takes a lot longer now to load the Turtlex API than it used to. I don't know what that's about. Actually, this is the first time I've clicked on the turtle since I loaded this map. I'll reboot. That seems okay. Now that didn't take long at all. Manual control. See if I remember my controls on this. Forward, turn right, and that's where it needs to go. Well, actually, up one. Oh, I haven't selected a slot. And you probably don't know what that is, do you? I haven't been running. Let's display the inventory real quick. Yeah, he doesn't know that that's dirt. Select 7. Exit. I don't know, go back and see for this. Place. What? Oh. No, the place is what failed. That was place. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and place. Make that a complete wall there. Really no reason for that entrance anymore. Alright. Come back down to the ground. Alright. My next priority is going to be mining that main of coal. So let's get right back to programming. Wow, now I hear slimes. Oh right, I'm next to a swamp. In 1.42, which I've just switched to between episodes 3 and 4, slimes spawn on the surface now in swamps. So if I ever want some sticky pistons, that'll be a lot easier to get now. Quick manual control. I'm going to make a vein mining program. Now, I'm ultimately going to make 2 different vein mining programs because there's veins like coal that drop something other than the block, so you cannot compare the block. The only way to know if it's coal or not is to dig it. Whereas then things like ores, you can give it a sample and it can actually only mine the blocks that match that. So it's going to take 2 different programs for this. Gedit. I'm going to call them mine O for mine ores and mine mine D for drop miners. Except of course I don't have coal at the moment, but I can just have them dig one. I have as a reference. Actually, I can have it just assume the first thing it digs right in front of it is ore. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is it's going to assume it is positioned facing a block of the whatever it's supposed to mine. So it's going to first find an empty slot in his inventory. If turtle let's get item count. Slot I is equal to 0, then we found our slot. Slot equals I. Select I. Break. And I just realized I'm using a very old version of gedit on this. I've made a lot of changes to it. Overall slot equals nil. I'm probably going to stop and switch those versions in a minute here. slot is still nil, then return. And, okay, so yeah, we don't have any slots. Complain, give up. Otherwise, it'll pick the first empty slot. And we selected that already. Now, turtlex.dig. And whatever it gets will go to that slot. So now then, I can move forward into the space we just dug. And now it's time to go into the loop. What this guy's going to do, he's going to loop through, he's going to look around, check all 6 directions. Well, he won't check behind him, 5 directions. Actually, the ore version can check. This one just has to just dig in all 5 directions. I'm going to use the stack functions on TurtleX for this. In fact, before I go forward, push pause. That pushes the current position onto a stack, which can then be popped from later. So I save the starting position, and he moves forward. While... Is there a function to check the size of the stack? I'm pretty sure there is, but I don't remember what it is. I haven't used TurtleX in so long. Save. Exit. TurtleX. Oops. I forgot I've actually got my API/TurtleX. You know, I should have copied all the help files on here too. I actually made help files for this, but then I've never used them after making them the first time. If there is... I've now forgotten what I was even looking for. Not a good start to this video. I want... The hell do I want? I'm going to check the help files externally, because that'll just be easier than going through this. Whoops. Jeez. Alright, position stack. So there's a size position stack. Pause the video real quick, I'll be right back after taking the help files. Alright, that didn't take long. The function is get pause stack size is greater than 0. Actually, it's conceivable there might be stuff already on the stack, so size I, initial size. Before I do that, local size I equals turtlex.get pause stack size. So we stop where we started instead of blazing on past that. I want this to be somewhat smart, but so an OR program I compare before I dig. With this one, you can end up getting into an infinite recursion thing. So I'm going to have a table of the places that I have checked, which would be a array. Actually, it's going to be a multi-dimensional array of the positions that I've dealt with. Now I'm going to put this above the startup code. Local check equals function local function add check x y, actually x y z. This is going to be interesting. if checked x nil, then checked x equals an empty array. If checked x y equals nil, checked y checked x y equals an empty array. Actually, and this shouldn't just be add check, it should be just check. What is the single function? I'll call it and then return true if I need to check this place. And if it is not, if checked x, y, z is nil, then checked x, y, z equals, doesn't matter what I put in here, we'll put true. And return false. It was not false, it was not checked before. And I could do an else, but it doesn't matter. Otherwise, if it gets down here, then x, y, and z all had to be, and then this one had to already exist, so I can just return true. End. Alright. But that also means I'm going to need, before digging each way, to calculate what the coordinates in that direction are. And that, I really don't think I have a, I don't know that I have an easy way to do that. I'm not sure what, I just tabbed out of the window without thinking about it. I assume Fraps, I think Fraps can handle that. I didn't notice them over here. I'll just keep recording the window. I'm looking to see, I know I've got a direction vector that I keep for the currently facing direction. But I don't know that TurtleX has I don't know that any of that's exposed where I can call it from outside. Let's see. Map isn't used, that's for sure. Yeah, no, I have not exposed any way to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and implement the function here. And just I'll graft it over into TurtleX in my next update of that. I'm going to need this direction map. Which maps the 6 directions to actually it needs to north equals actually cheese, because I won't necessarily know. I don't have any way to map that either, to turn left, right, etc. into north-south. I don't think. This is a... I'm feeling like this is a serious oversight on my part in the TurtleX API. I'm going to pause the video while I do this, because otherwise it's going to be lots of me going, while I read through the code and see, make sure I'm not missing something. Right back. Alright, recording again. While it was stopped, in my external editor, added a new function to TurtleX and imported the latest version here. It now has this function, getDirectionV, which returns a direction vector. As a parameter, it takes the the direction to go, relative direction, left, right, forward, backward, up or down. If you pass nothing or nil, it gives a direction vector for forward. Which at this point is positive X, which means it's facing west, which you might notice there's a raised minimap in the corner now, which confirms that is west. When updating it, the 1.4 install with ComputerCraft I had was a general Forge install. It has several, well, it had several mods in it. At the moment it has nothing but ComputerCraft, and never actually said his name out loud. Imibis is peripherals, which I can't imagine using in this. And raised minimap, and also NEI, which I've currently got turned off, and doubt I will be using. But yeah, so now I've added and tested get direction V, so I can go back to what did I call it? Mine D for drop, and I now have a way to do this. I don't need this guy that I started to add before. Wow, stack is greater than I do, and we can find out. All right. I need to loop in different directions, check them, and if necessary, mine. And if I haven't already been that direction, mine them. Every direction except back, because I'll assume back is always where I just came from. How to do this? Really need to think about this a little bit more. Okay. At each step, it's going to check the neighbors. And actually, do I want to do this recursively? I think I am going to do this recursively. I could do it with a stack, but if I was doing it with a stack, then I'm just going to do it recursively because it's the quickest, easiest, simplest to understand. It's not the most efficient, but efficiency isn't everything. So, do it recursively, so that means this needs to be a function. We're going to do mine. And actually, you know what? All of this will go in there as well. I'm actually not going to need this guy anymore for doing it recursively. We get that tracking automatically. Local function to mine. Okay, first thing, indent previous count equals. Get item count requires a slot number as a parameter. I'm not sure about internal, but internal is almost positive it does. Let's check that real quick. Save, exit. So, item count. No, it doesn't. Okay, good. That'll be easier then. Count. Dig. Transition. And we move forward. Now, if equal to prev count if we didn't get any new ones from digging here. Then we're just going to go ahead and return immediately from this function. Not even go forward, so we don't need to put our position or any of that. If we did get something, then we're going to go into that space and check our neighbors. So save our position, move forward, and now we go through our neighbors. You know, I'm beginning to think push pause isn't even going to be necessary on this. It'll be easier to do this with just I'm going to have to maintain from what direction I'm facing. So what we do is, if I'm going to use our dir v is equals x get direction v left. We'll start with forward. No, I'm going to start with left. I could explain my thinking on that, but I'm thinking forward is going to end up making worst case as far as taking longer paths than necessary. Moving around, whereas left make it sort of spiral around. We check left. New position equals get position. Get position return a vector. I'm sort of inconsistent about that sort of thing. I'm checking right now. It does not. It returns X, Y, and Z separately. I really should have made that return a position, but for now, new unpack. Actually, no, I don't need unpack. New get position. Plus direction V does return a position, so plus dir V. Actually, I don't really even need dir V. I can just do that up there, can't I? Plus, I like to keep my code from wrapping more than necessary. Plus direction V left. Okay, so that's our new position. If not as checked, was it? As checked? It was checked before. If not as checked before, new pause. Then, no wait, did it make this expect a vector? I'm going to modify this to expect a vector. Pause dot x, pause dot. I like this, I wish for proper control paste. Oops, the Y too. You might be wondering why I don't just do the position, with the position of the whole object now. Just do one check pause position instead of doing all this subtable stuff, but very good reason, because it would not compare them if I did that. It would just compare the table objects and make the references, and so I could have two with the same values that were not comparing equal. At least I'm pretty sure that's the case. It's possible there's something in the meta table on vector to make it actually do a comparison. I really don't know Lua that well, but it's easier just to do that for now than to check and find out. Alright, if not we'll check before then. Then we'll check left, so turn left. This is where we will recurse. thinking that I could put this into a loop over an array left, but I would need a way to use that to turn and face that direction. So I'm not sure that's going to work. You know what? I'm just going to do this differently. For I equals 1. Actually, no, because I won't check back ever. So after checking left, I'm going to check right, and then I'm going to check up, which I won't get anything out of. So yeah, there's no reason to do this. To do that. I think I'm going to change or check before to do all of this stuff internally. So it only takes in left or forward or whatever. That'll shorten up this code a bit. Sure. Local pause equals, what was that function? It was vector.new turtle at get position plus turtle x get direction v. Just check pause as before. Oh wait. No, yeah. So now I don't need this down here. For not do pause anymore. Left. If not was checked before. Now do forward. Then turtle x dot. Actually, then I'm turn it off of this. Just do mine. If not was checked before right. Then this time turn right. Do mine. Turn left. And up and down if not was checked before up. Then turtle x. I don't have to face anything. Oh wait, do mine doesn't. Going forward, it doesn't have a concept of up. Minor oversight. Alright, I'm gonna pull a trick I use extensively in Turtle X here. Dig func, move func, back func. Instead of calling Turtle X dig func. Instead of forward, move func. And I definitely won't be needing this, I've realized. I'll have to show you push pause some other time. Not Turtle X, not move func, just move func. And then at the very end is where I'll call back func. Not just forward, up. I'll have to update all of these. I'll have to turn it all. Do mine. It's dig up. Up and down. And all of these other ones that I've done already. Dig up, no, forward, back. Passing in those functions as parameters. Dig, forward, back. Dig, forward, back. Alright, that's all 3 dig mines that I've done before. And if not was checked before down, then do mine, dig down, down, up to go back. And now at the very end, I've check checked all the directions, and I back F. Move funk and back funk. I'll dig funk up there. I'll move funk. I'll back funk. And I return. And I don't need this anymore. Now I just do mine, and I start with forward, back. Actually, I forgot to dig it first. All right. So, taking all bets. He thinks this is going to work the first time as intended. And it's me writing it, so I'm just a scatterbrained programmer. The odds of that are pretty slim. Just checking all my loop conditions there. I haven't forgotten any thens or any ifs. That's a good sign. So this should go through the vein and wind up back where it started. And it stops. It digs. I do have my check condition there, don't I? It digs and then it checks. Yeah, it checks it has more items than it did before. So, alright. What it's how to do is it'll dig forward, and then move into that, then check if it got more items in the slot that's selected, meaning more of what it's supposed to be mining. If it didn't, then it returns. Otherwise, it moves into the space it just dug, and then checks left, right. Oh, wow. I just realized up and down cases, it'll have to check back on those. Which kind of invalidated what I said before. I will gain something from just spinning. And this is actually going to be this is actually checking back now. Well, oh, all of these will now be forward, won't they? I'm already facing that direction. This guy. And left. And you know what? Since this is all now identical, I was 1, 4, 2. Turn left, and if it wasn't checked before, mine it. And up and down have to be handled differently, but delete. I need to implement Control K in this so I can delete a line at a time. Alright, and I'll leave him back facing where he started, because it runs the loop 4 times, turns 4 times. Check up, check down, but I need to add an extra case in here. I can prevent ever going backwards with a very simple check. I'm going to need to detect funk. No. Turtle does detect, and not that. It does not make any difference if I use turtle or turtle X to detect, so I'm going to leave that. Same thing down here. Detect up. And if it doesn't detect anything, there's absolutely no point in ever going that way. And I'm suddenly realizing I didn't really need the was checked at all. Detect would accomplish that exact same thing. Because if it's checked before, dug and it'll be empty. Oh my. Hindsight, gotta love it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and kill it. I've made this so much more complicated than it needed to be, which is actually one of my specialties, which is why it is not recommended that you ask me for help unless you already have a problem that you know is complicated. Because I will make it complicated if it wasn't. Okay, not always, but yeah. Okay, so if there's something there, then might do mine. Alright, I'm not going to delete the function because it's a pain in the butt. Actually, no, I am, damn it. Delete, delete, delete. I'm tempted to say I don't see any reason this won't work, but if I say it, then it won't work. Why is there a lot of white space on that line? And I call do mine at the end, right? Yep. Forward, back. I'm scanning my code, looking for mistakes. Okay, well, there's no time like the present to test it. Exit. My coal vein is over there. Manual control up. Go ahead and this ought to be good enough. As long as that diagonal corner in there exists, it should get this whole vein at once. Let's give it a try. Mine D. Yeah. He dug and he crashed, didn't he? Attempt to call number, really? On line 21, attempt to call a number. Someone at home is probably screaming at me, no, I saw that. Oh, yeah, brief count is a variable, not a function. Except now, dang it, he's already dug that square. This is going to mess up the vein pretty badly if I keep making mistakes. Mine D. Wasn't. Hey, he's doing his thing. Uh-oh. That corner wasn't, so he's not going to go there. Finished checking everywhere, and he came right back to where he started, though. And I just realized I don't have any way in this to have him start mining up instead of forward. But that's okay. Easy enough in pretty much every case to... Oh, too far. Alright, he's now facing the rest of that vein. So, mine away. Oh, I just realized, yeah, he's splitting it because he's looking for an empty slot. Mine D. Well, I think it's going to be just those 6 up here. Oh, no, there's some more off to the side. Alright, well that was a pretty good sized vein, actually. Not as big as it could have been. Downside of this, there's really no way around it for these drop doors. Is he going to make a hole in the ceiling? I didn't even think about that. He is going to dig up everywhere. I think I'm hopefully far enough on the ground here that he won't make a hole and cause rain skeletons on me or something. Alright, he got back right where he started. There's really no getting around digging a larger area than necessary. I mean, I could give him samples of things to not dig, but that complicates the program considerably, and I just, yeah, save that kind of thing, more greater complication for later, trying to keep the program simple. Alright, so now I have some coal, and now, I haven't done this in a while. Oh, okay, I've burned a lot before, so I'm so good. C, down, forward, right. my furnace, because I just realized I should go ahead and cook this chicken so I can eat it. Put the furnace right here. And I might write a handy little program to do this rather than doing it manually. Except, well, I'd have to assign these chests specific functions for that. I'm not going to do that for now. That should give me the coal. Suck the chicken. Exit. Manual control. Turn that forward. Actually, just to drop up. I know I don't have a drop up. At least I'm pretty sure I don't. Down. One. Pretty sure this takes a second parameter now. If it doesn't, I'll have to suck it back out. That is slot in. It does, okay. So, wait. Did I drop the wrong direction before? Why is he... No, why did that happen? Drops into things. Why can I not drop into this furnace? Is it a bug with turtle X? Turtle.drop down. It is. Ooh, I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna go ahead and cheat and put this back just because. Well, just because. Turtle. Select. Turtle.drop down. MC. Back down, down, forward. Select 9. 9. Turtle.drop up. 1. I guess it wouldn't burn more than one, even if I put more than one in there. It feels kind of wasteful. Do I have something else I can... I don't have anything else to cook, so. But I want to eat. Suck that out. The chicken, and now I can eat the chicken. Yay! Not quite as close to starving as I was a second ago. Yeah, at some point I'll make some proper programs for automating furnace stuff, but for now that will do. And I ate something, and I mined a vein of coal, and I'm gonna go ahead and call this a stopping point for an episode. I don't think it's gotten too ridiculously long yet, so we'll see. And, hope you're enjoying it. Next episode, what am I going to be doing? I guess next episode it's going to be time to do some mining. I might go do some hunting in between to get myself some more food. Because, yeah, this starving to death is not good. But, anyway, that'll be that. See you next time.